We will get started while Russell grabs that mic, and at some point we'll bring him in. And I appreciate everybody being here in the chat and being with us. And even though we're running about 9 minutes late here, we are up and going. And with that said,
Jake Moritz, Patron member Jake Moritz, would like to say he forgot to put the studio in travel mode, and now the battery's dead.
No doubt, dude. Yeah,
awesome.
We will get to
good
that.
call, bro.
We'll get to that. But
That's what I love about the community, dude. That's just funny shit right there. So I love it. I love it when you take some digs there. That's good stuff. So what's Popeye just over here taking fucking selfies?
He's got shorty shorts on, so he's taking some photos.
Yeah.
Sending a picture to Houston.
Sending photos to the ladies.
Ross Tomes wants to know if you have a smaller shirt, Lee.
You take it off.
We've seen that.
Oh my God.
All right, guys. This is a live broadcast with member only. And so many of you in there. I know it was late getting out the notification, but my God, look how many of you are in here. And it's going to be fun. And we're going to do at least episode 1 live, and then we'll kind of see where we're at. It's going to be a 2-part series. Either way, the second one will be loaded to your Patron accounts. And if you're not catching it live, it will be in your Patron accounts right away because it's already recording it, and we'll just put a link in there. So with that said, let's just go ahead and get started. I think we should just start with some words of wisdom so we can all reflect on life, and let's just play it.
Do it.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been.
There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been. Remember Venn diagrams, those 3 circles? Right. And then let's just see where they overlap. You will not be surprised because I have constructed a Venn diagram on this. Remember those 3 circles, how they overlap?
I love Venn diagrams, so I just do. Whenever you're dealing with conflict, pull out a Venn diagram, right? And so, you know, the 3 circles.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Drugs are bad.
My pronouns are she and her. I'm a woman sitting.
Okay.
That was a Wikipedia.
Dude.
Right there.
It was.
Kamala.
We got to do this one.
Culture is, it is a reflection of our moment and our time, right? And present culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment. And
Whoa.
Nailed it.
And we should always find times to express how we feel about the moment that is a reflection of joy, because you know, it comes in the morning.
Oh my.
It comes in the morning.
I asked my team actually to do I love Venn diagrams. Let me just tell you, I really just love Venn diagrams. So I asked them to do a Venn diagram for me. Who doesn't love a yellow school bus? Right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right?
Joe loves what's on the yellow school bus.
Our experience growing up. Culture is...
Okay. Enough of that nonsense, guys.
We're not political here.
We are not.
That's
crazy
funny.
times. Crazy times.
I will play. I don't care if you're ridiculous, if you're a Republican or Democrat. If you say stupid shit, I will play it. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. Doesn't matter. I've played all kinds of stuff. That's not a statement or any political statement. That's fucking stupid. And it doesn't matter how you look at it. That's just funny shit. So there you go, guys.
Well, you
So for
have
those
what's
listening-
been, and
Yes.
then you have what's coming.
And for those that are listening later, that Joe just got put out to pasture.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Like literally at the time of this recording.
Yesterday, he got put out to pasture.
Yep, very true. So we thought we would play some enlightening words from Kamala Harris. There you go, guys.
But in case you're wondering, Ukraine is smaller than Russia.
I'm glad I got an education on that. Actually, I didn't know. So yeah, there you go, guys. We just thought we'd start it with something funny. Again, we're not being political. It's funny shit, no matter what. All right. Want to ride longer? You're tired of a sore and achy ass, Popeye?
Yeah.
Well, stop getting drunk and hanging out in dark alleys late on Saturday nights.
Yeah. There's a lot there. You can't unpack that.
You can't
Just keep
unpack it.
going, Ryan.
Then fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions, and you better believe I had that for our whole freaking East Coast trip, and thank God I did. All right, guys, so here's the dealio. The front suspension and rear suspension on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle and many other brands, we all know it's very basic. It offers only mediocre level of performance and comfort. And honestly, that doesn't matter if it's an adventure bike or street bike or Harley or Indian. It really doesn't matter, guys. Upgrading the suspension, in my opinion, should be your first modification, as it will make the most significant difference in comfort and performance on your Harley. I stick to that. I know we want to buy exhaust. I know we want to buy intakes. That's what everybody does. I've changed my thinking with just the rideability and comfort of a touring bike. Definitely suspension for me will be first before anything. Having ridden thousands of miles in various environments and tested many different suspensions here on the channel, this podcast, on the YouTube channel, I can confidently say that Wilbur's is right now the best choice for a touring application, hands down. It's really hard for me to describe. You guys will see it. I have a video out of Wilbur's, a few of them. But riding with Wilbur's kit feels like cruising down the road on a sofa. It really does, guys. Smooth and comfortable without any floaty feeling. All right. The rebound is dialed into perfection. While others stand to absorb shocks, like on this trip, I watched the group in front of me going over tracks. I can stay seated. And I really did. Thanks to the superior performance of the front and rear Wilbur's kit. It's so impressive that we obviously decided to feature it in the Law Abiding Biker store. And plus, the listing includes a complete free installation video, and we're selling the bejesus out of it, Lurch.
Yeah, that's a lot, by the way.
That's what bejesus means.
Is that more than a shit ton?
It's more than bejesus is you can't get a higher number than bejesus. Wow. So, anyways,
not quite this, not quite that.
That's right.
Maybe this.
It's huge.
Exactly it. It's like a yellow school bus. All right, get Wilbur's in the Law Abiding Biker store, and we will take care of you. We have been contacting customers. We have questions. You're going to get a very personalized experience when you order Wilbur's from us. We will get a hold of you right after you purchase, like everybody's doing. We'll ask for your weight, your bike year. We'll ask a bunch of questions so that we can get it set up just for you. And it will be on your doorstep in like 7 days is the norm. Remember, guys, I know it's a big purchase. It's right in there with Ohlings as far as cost. We don't say this enough. Remember, you get no tax. If you don't live in Washington State, you're saving, what is the purchase price? Like 21 for Wilbur's kit? $22.49. So you're getting no tax. But if you live in Washington, we can't do anything about it. But outside of Washington, you're golden. So that's a huge savings that you won't get in a lot of stores, guys. So that's on all items in our store. Only Washington residents get charged tax. So take advantage of that. Plus your patron discount. Those are huge savings. And remember, we have listings in there now for multiple bikes, years, and models. Listings on the store. If you don't see something and you have a question, just hit the contact form. If we can get it, we will. With that said, I also want to say, don't forget, we are a Drag Specialties and Parts Unlimited dealer. If you see it online, all the stores carry a lot of the same stuff because we're all using Drag as our wholesaler and Parts Unlimited. What I'm saying is if you get the Drag catalog or you see something as a Drag part number, anything you need, just hit up our store contact form. We're custom ordering stuff all the time for people. We can't carry it all. We can't list it all, I should say. But we can get everything pretty much the big boys can. And you're supporting a bootstrap company of bikers, just trying to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. And we appreciate your support. We would love, I know it's a big purchase. I can't emphasize it enough. If you're going to tour, just do it because it is amazing. And everybody that gets a hold of us after we sell it to them and they get it on, nobody can really put it in words. So we do have Wilbur's available, and we, again, appreciate you guys taking advantage of it right in the Law Abiding Biker store. Hey, Cowboy. 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. That's for Russell Roberts and Mark Arnold, who are running Goldwings
Like
There you
the
go.
gold.
Yeah. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of Zero 3D products.
So good.
One more mention. PSR levers, guys. We're also selling the bejesus out of those videos out on YouTube.
I need one of those.
You do.
I do.
2.
We all need them.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe more than one.
Yeah. Well, you
but
can
less
just
than
get
3.
one. You can just do clutch side,
Yep.
or you can just do brake side. But I always say
No,
it's nice to
I'm
have
gonna
the
do
same
it.
levers.
Yeah.
And it is very nice over on the brake side too.
Nice.
PSR levers, guys. Again, this upgrade, I just can't recommend it enough. Stock levers, just like Wilbur or just like suspension, it's for an average. It's trying to meet the general riding public. It's not good for anybody and it's not terrible for anybody. It's somewhere in between. The adjustability on those levers, and not just the adjustability, but the way that they feel. They're thinner. You just get better grab. You can adjust them in. They're ergonomic. I can't recommend it enough. I've tried and tested them. They're on my police bike. They're going on my 24. We sell them right in the Law Abiding Biker store. Great company. They're working with us, and we're moving a lot of those. Just like suspension, once you use PSR levers, you'll never, ever want to go back to stock. You realize how horrible they are. Just in hand fatigue and just the pull and the control of your bike. There's so much adjustment and customization with those PSR levers over in the Law Abiding Biker.
You do not want
store.
hand fatigue when you're pulling your lever.
You do not. When you get Lurch's age, you get a lot of hand fatigue.
I don't think he's pulling too many levers either.
Hey, I do just want to mention, since Lurch spoke up, no, I appreciate it. Just remember,
He
now,
pays your salary.
right? No, I appreciate it. It's Lurch. We were talking before we got started here.
Hold on.
Has a different definition of the wagon.
No, hold on.
No, so he's trying to back out.
We have rules around here, and we have guests in the studio. You make fun of the guests. You don't make fun of the regular co-host. So you'll have to say that for another time,
dude. Anyways, Lurch, I got to tell this story real quick.
Okay.
Just before Cowboy and Popeye got here, he was talking about having drinks at night, and we were going back between vodka and whiskey. And the week before, he told me he'd been. Actually, it was the night before. It was a weeknight, and he showed up here to do a project, and he was all grouchy that day.
No. That was a Sunday.
Oh, it was a Sunday. It was a
Saturday.
weekend. Okay,
it was a weekend.
All right.
It was Saturday.
I digress.
I had cocktails Friday.
Did you just do what your wife did to you that we were just talking
No, but
about
this is a
right
good
before
point.
the podcast?
This is a good point
It-
because this is
All right.
weekday
Yes.
versus weekend.
Anyways, Lurch told me about.
I was working on a weekend.
Lurch told
that
me about
matter?
his weekday drinking, and then Cowboy and Popeye show up to the studio, and they're getting drinks, and they're asking Lurch if he's going to partake, and Lurch tells him, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I've been on the wagon. And I'm like, what fucking wagon is that? Like, that's
wagon
not
carrying
that's not
all
a
of it.
wagon that you're midweek drinking.
Gotta ward off the shakes.
It's the cool wagon. The cool kids ride this wagon.
Anyways,
It's the wagon storing all the alcohol.
it was funny, and it's a great story, because I was just like, that's the wagon you want to be on, Lurch's wagon, because there's drinks all week long.
Yep.
You never have to get off. Yeah. You just stay on.
Yeah.
Stay,
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Right.
Like a Venn diagram.
like I've been.
It's like those wagons in the big cities where you're pedaling down, the road.
Dude,
It's
I
kind of like a
couldn't
big
do
wagon.
that, man. You have too many drinks. I don't want to be pedaling.
Fuck no.
In 95-degree weather.
Oh God, here we go. Let's get this thing started.
right.
We already did. There we go.
Officially.
Get this show on the road. Then we'll bring Russell in.
Yeah.
Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
Motorcycle majority.
99% is what he meant.
That's what I meant.
Oh, no.
You said the big MM.
No, I did. The big, yeah. I screwed it up.
Oh, dude, this is going to be great. This is going to be great.
And I'm not even drinking
Yeah,
yet.
we're in it.
Yeah.
Love
All
it.
right.
Best podcast ever.
This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%ers.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By being here, by listening, you're part of what we call the hashtag.
Biker revolution, bitches.
There you go, guys. We have just one question before we get started. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
And here we go. Ryan Urlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast.
And you're a high-tech redneck.
There you go. Lurch, while I'm start getting Russell going here, why don't you talk about, we have a, we want to do this email?
The hell's our introductions?
Do we want to do email or not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do an email.
I'll get a song?
What's that?
I'll get a song? Where the hell's my introduction?
Oh, he wants a song.
Okay, we'll save
Yeah,
that.
I
come
got
on,
on the
this
board.
is Popeye. Come on, give it to him. Jeez,
I
this is all
forgot.
the attention he gets. Just give it to him.
I forgot. Do we have Cowboys?
Horse shit right all the way down here just to...
Sorry, Cowboy, yours isn't on the board. Do we have one for you? I can't remember.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a minute.
Oh,
Kid
we
Rock,
do.
Cowboy.
A minute. It's been the same as him.
Loser.
Yeah, it's not on the board, so sorry.
It is what it is. It's all
You're
right.
out of
guys.
luck, bro.
It's all right. I unlike Popeye, I'm okay with it.
mail.
You know where you're right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Lurch has got some mail he wants to go over.
This is from Jake Moritz, patron member. He's in the chat.
Nice,
I
Jake.
ran into him at our meetup, our Eastern meetup, and that's what we're talking about today. So I thought it'd be good to put it in here. But what he says is a big thank you, Lab, specifically Matt.
Oh, that's why.
Of course, I had to put it in.
Bullshit.
There it is. There
Did
it
you send
is.
this to yourself?
I did. I talked to him at the Nashville meetup about ordering a new rain cover for my rickrack bag since I tore a hole in mine. He told me to email him. A few days later, I received one in the mail.
we're just gonna
He
take
gave
that
us a
away.
nice donation. Long-time patron member, needed a new bag for his rickrack, so I just sent him one on
Nice,
Ryan.
Jake. Way to go, bud.
And he sent us a donation in return.
Nice.
Appreciate
Thank you very
all
much.
of you.
lawabidingbiker.com/contact is how he did that, I believe. So, and what a kind donation. Unbelievable. Already a patron member. So thank you so much for that. And, you want to talk about, well, goes very good. So
Jake says he gave me $5 to write it.
he gave you $5 to write the,
Yeah, for
that's
Lurch
nice.
to write the review. Yeah.
Why don't
Makes
you
sense.
just talk about this here real quick?
Our new
We
free
pretty
video?
much did, but just let them know.
Yeah, this is Wilbur's LDC Nevomat, the best suspension upgrade for your Harley. I have to say this. So there's a link to the video in the show notes, and it's a follow-up video because you got to spend a lot of time with the Wilbur suspension on this trip. And, we installed it on Oscar's bike and did some pretty good testing with it and loved it then. But after our, multi-thousand mile trip.
No, the other statement's true,
I like
too.
that better.
Yeah, you can say both. It's okay.
After our multi-mile trip, you came back and you're not one that typically get gushy about stuff. You got gushy about this. So
Yeah.
It's some legit suspension. Check out that video and get Ryan's honest opinion about it.
There you go.
Nice.
Now, we love our sponsors up front, our paying sponsors, obviously, regular sponsors, I should say. These folks are also direct reason and sponsors why we're still coming to you strong. 11 years. I don't know if there's a motorcycle podcast older than us that's been consistent for 11 freaking
I know as a fact
years.
there's not.
Boom.
Yeah, you do, because you see the
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm saying it.
Lurch said it, so it's
He's
true.
just going to make it work.
That's right. I want to thank the following three people.
Corey?
Raymond Rowell of Hudson, New Hampshire. Thank you, buddy. Scott Hendry of Tacoma, Washington. What's up, bud? Welcome to Washington. Jay Pearson of Folsom, Pennsylvania.
Probably Person.
Folsom?
Awesome.
Person? Oh, yeah, person. What did I say?
Person of Folsom.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you
it
guys
wasn't a
so
picture
much.
Dude, you
there
guys
for
are
you.
amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I need a picture of a person
Okay. Well,
next time. If you could do that, right?
that's the producer. I don't do these.
Work for me.
Come on, Luke.
I just copy and paste, so that's got to be the
Didn't
way it's
we
spelled.
just talk about how Popeye brings me down on these podcasts? And here we are. We haven't even gotten into the main
content.
topic.
But
we
it-
are literally on the intro still.
It's true.
That means he
Stand
likes
by.
you.
Thank you.
It's only going to get better.
It's
And
all right.
verified, it is Jay Person.
Person.
There you go.
There you go.
Verified.
Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patron. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you couldn't put a monthly cap. We understand those family budgets. There are a plethora of benefits such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone. It is nothing but bikers helping and connecting with other bikers in there and setting up rides and all that kind of stuff, guys. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat just like this right now, access to premium videos, and access to those ride meetup and events. Not only the sanctioned law-abiding biker meetup and events, but unsanctioned that are going on. We say that lightly, but they're going on in the group. And in fact, we're going to talk about one in this part one of two-part East Coast trip documentary. And speaking of patron members, I do want to remind you guys, if you're listening to this in podcast format down the road, it'll be months later usually. This is a live broadcast. We've got chat. We've got patron members in the live chat. We're on video. You're only hearing it in audio, but if you want to experience that, we'd like you in the community. We have so much fun, as you can see, even back and forth bantering with members in there. It's a biker community, unlike any other. And I say that truthfully. You won't find it. And in that Facebook group, guys, it's nothing but bikers helping bikers. There is no dumb question. People are in there for the right reasons, and that's the difference between a free forum and something that has a membership fee, because you're always, you get what you pay for, is what I say. So speaking of patron members, we've got Russell Roberts right here, and let me bring you in, Russell. If you can go ahead. Are you there, brother?
Who the hell's Russell Roberts?
Yeah, go ahead again.
Can you hear me now?
There it is. There it is.
But I will tell you right now, in your settings, it's not going off your mic. It's still going off your computer. So
Dang it.
You're going to have to go into your settings and force that mic. It sounds...
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I think so. It's a really weird, like you're in the...
Well, I've got a Sony mic going here now.
Okay, well, we can work with it. It's fine. It's definitely... You'll hear it back. It's weird. It's just like really much in the background. It's not like...
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
It's the snowman, not Russell Roberts. I mean, who the hell?
Oh, yeah, it's Snowman. Yeah, there you go.
Nobody knows.
Get it
Russell
right.
Roberts.
Get it right.
All right, so Russell, you can see us here in the studio. You can see my back and shoulder. That's the best we can do.
Yeah, buddy.
But you don't want to see my face anyways. But you got the other three here. And so welcome, brother. Thanks for being here on the podcast. And you're welcome to stay as long as you want. We'd love to have you here. But if you got to bag out, I didn't check your schedule, feel free to do that too at some point. So
I'm open all evening, but we'll see.
Nice. That's what she said.
And there it is.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
There's for me.
There we go.
All right, brother. Well, Russell's on because this episode is going to be all about our East Coast trip. 10 days, a lot going on. We'll get into it, but Russell hosted us and really helped with a lot of the logistics of this, and we hung with him over there. So anyways, Russell will be chiming in on stuff here, and feel free to chime in anytime, Russell. You got to speak over Popeye, otherwise he'll just steal the mic for the whole show.
True.
So
Yeah,
True.
for sure.
anyways, let's just get started. We got the note. Oh, and just to mention, this is part one. You'll have to catch part two. It's just too much to do in one episode. These are marathons that we do.
Said.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Nicely done. But we'll just kick it off here, and I will bring up the notes, and you guys talk amongst yourself about this trip, and maybe get started with logistics and what we're doing here.
Yeah, so I'm going to back it up even a
Oh,
little bit
man.
before.
Popeye's going to
Back
start.
that ass
Here we
up.
go. Here
Back
we go.
it up right into me.
Jeez.
You guys done?
No, we're still going.
I'm gonna back it up here a little bit, well before even your notes start, because this
And
all
you guys
started.
are not on video. Half your face and half your face,
That's
Popeye.
awesome.
Somehow you guys moved.
Jeez, I didn't move.
That's why somebody was asking just me the
Hold on.
question.
We didn't move. You moved the camera.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't move these cameras because
those
they're
cameras.
set exactly. Where
Okay,
they're supposed- There you go.
As close as we can get.
It's good.
So I'm gonna back this thing up. This is why you need to become a Patreon member, because this all started a year before this whole process started, at least with Russell Roberts. We were actually in Reno, Nevada, and we were trying to decide where to go. And Snowman threw out. He goes, "Hey," he says, "I will come out there and haul your guys' bikes. Gonna donate his time. He's an owner operator trucker, if you guys don't know." And he goes, "I will donate my time to come out, haul your guys' bikes back east, drop them off for you, pick them back up, and drive them back out." Now, that is just the type of generosity that these patrons, and especially like an OG like Russell Roberts, show. I mean, it's absolutely amazing that he was willing to do that, and that really got us started talking last year in Reno, Nevada at the Patron meetup, is thinking, hey, maybe we should go out to Tennessee. Maybe we should go ride the East Coast if we can logistically get out there. And that really kind of got the wheels turning of how are we going to do this. So props to you, Russell Roberts. I mean, for willing to donate all of the time that he was willing to donate.
You bet.
Now, ultimately, we didn't go that route. It ended up just being easier for us not to do that route. But just the fact that Russell was willing to donate that, it was just our logistics. It was just easier. And let me explain, first of all, because I know that we caught some hell over a post that Ryan had put out on Instagram, or some of you want to talk about catching some traction, was, well, you guys should ride out there. You know, why aren't you riding your bikes? And like, I get it. Like, I would love to frickin' ride out there, but guess what? I got a full-time job. I still work full-time. We're not all like Lurch. He's the only retired guy here. And, but other than that, all of us are still working full-time. So it would take an extra week off for us to be able to bust out to the East Coast and back. So it's an extra 6 days of riding. And the other thing is that with the time going out there, I mean, it'd be much nicer to take, like, Sarge is another retired guy, Sturgis Jeff, and he took 6 days to ride out to Tennessee where we all met up. Now, Ryan's screwing with the mic here, and he keeps
He wants to see your beautiful face.
Gotcha. So
Just let him do his work.
we just don't have the time. Like, all of us can't get that time off. I'm the senior dude on my crew. I've got a lot of time just because I'm senior. I've been doing the job long enough. I can take a lot of time off. But we got dudes that they're
That's a nice
lucky
way of saying you're old.
just to be able to go on this trip.
Just ignored him.
They're lucky. They're lucky that to get the time off of how much seniority that they've got. So just to get the 2 weeks that it takes for them to be able to do the main trip, it was a heck of a lot easier for them to fly out, meet us there. Every single one of us would much rather have been able to ride the entire trip,
absolutely.
but we just can't do it. So it just didn't work
and
out.
3
that
days
way.
each way would have been horrible. I mean, that's hauling ass.
That's 12-hour days. It's 12-hour days of riding. So
On top of the ride
yeah,
that you're doing, I mean, it would have been a full month almost.
And most of the trolls on the internet, I've learned by now, they're the same guys making those comments are the ones that ride to lunch and back. They've never even been on it, like the East Coast.
Yeah.
Anybody who would make a comment like that based on a picture, not understanding logistics and time off, that's just unfortunate state of our internet.
100 miles is
keyboard
a long
deaf
day.
guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Keyboard, which is why we have a private Facebook group that is a member only, and it's a place where that's not going to go on. So,
Russell, what's going on in your
house? We're
house?
gonna have to mute you, Snowman.
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
Sorry, man. Sherry took the dog out. I'll mute the mic.
Getting crazy.
So anyway, how kind of this all started then was getting back to how the hell we got out there is logistics started. These things start, almost a year in advance. Like I was just saying, the Snowman offering to haul our stuff out. And then was how do we get out there? How do we get everybody's, with the time off that they have? And we ended up with a Lurch was already contemplating on what?
I'd been thinking about buying an enclosed trailer for a while. Now, I don't know that I would have bought a 28-foot one.
But we're so glad you did.
it got him over the hump.
Yeah.
It got him over the hump to just go ahead and
I wanted one that I could get about 4 bikes in, or I've got a 53 GMC truck that I'm working on. I want to be able to move that around. It's just nice to have an enclosed trailer. And I had a 24-foot one we could have borrowed. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, if you're going to borrow one, why not just buy one? I mean, that's, you know what I mean?
No.
nope.
Sure don't.
I say it's a good call, Lurch.
Because here's my thought.
I absolutely buy it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you buying it.
No problem.
Can I rent borrow your trailer later?
Yeah, you can borrow if you need it.
That's what happens with trailers.
The one that I could
You don't
borrow.
have to worry about him though, because he's got a little girl truck that won't tow it.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go.
Joke's on you. I sold the truck.
Oh, there you go.
So now you don't even
So I
have
don't
a
even
truck.
have a truck.
So you'll need to borrow his truck.
Yeah,
and my
no, I
trailer.
need to borrow the truck and the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, I need all of
For
it.
you, of course. Anyways, so the trailer I was going to borrow is an older trailer. I'm thinking it might need tires. It's going to need bearings. By the time I do all that, I might as well just buy my own. Because I did want one. And it just was, like you said, what I needed, the hurdle to get me over to get a new one. And I found a 28-footer so we can get 6 in. Plenty of room. It towed real nice.
Yeah, so the
Beautiful trailer, yeah.
he did. So he ended up buying a 28-foot, and I got to tell you, this thing was first class. We had the wheel chocks all set up in there, the Titan wheel lift, just like you would find on the Titan lift that Ryan sells here out of the Lab studio. And anyway, all had Titan chocks on them and tightened all those things down. Lurch showed up at my house. I don't know,
Sunday
like
night, late?
Sunday night, about what, 9 o'clock. I coach I coach an 11U baseball team, and so we were in a tournament. I don't remember if we won the championship that time. I think we took second.
You took second.
Second that time.
And so we had to wait till that championship game was done, and then Lurch drove the couple hours down to my place to meet me, and we loaded up all the bikes, and getting late by the time we loaded up and we were done loading up and tying down and everything. It was pushing midnight. But you can't go to bed on a trip like this without having a cocktail.
Right, it's true.
So we broke out a little Blue Label.
Was this when Lurch was on the wagon?
It was midweek.
I brought the wagon with me.
He drove it there.
We went out in the trailer and sat in the wagon.
Yeah.
And Corey came and helped too.
Yeah, Corey did. Yeah, Cowboy came and helped. And
I'm glad I was an afterthought there. Thanks,
no problem, brother.
So we had a little Johnny Walker Blue Label to start the trip out right, and sat on a nice covered area out back, and got ready for the next morning. And
how was Russell? Wait, this is night. When was this?
This is the first night at my house.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
This was before they left.
Gotcha.
We loaded the trailers with our bikes.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. All right.
Loaded up, tied down, and we got to bed about midnight 30, and we were the alarm bells rang at 4 o'clock in the morning to wake up because we had a 12-hour day ahead of us to drive.
May I bring this up real quick?
No.
Because I got to throw a few of our, and this isn't just a few of our club guys, but okay, here's the deal.
Here we go.
And I told this to him. We're hauling these bikes in a trailer. We've got a beautiful, expensive trailer, Titan wheel chocks from the Law Abiding Biker Store, Titan straps. Like, these things are going cross country. You got to make sure these sons of bitches, and they're all next to each other. Okay.
Oh, real close.
So we got guys in our Squirt, one of them, and Ray, and I got on both of them when we got to Nashville and when we were putting the bikes back in the trailer at Russell's house. And I look and I'm like, you'll spend $30,000 on a Harley Davidson motorcycle and you're buying fucking Harbor Freight straps, dude.
But wait a minute.
I seriously, dude. And I'm looking, I'm like, why would you do that?
Because they got the best ones at Harbor Freight.
That's what Scooter said. He goes, they are from Harbor Freight, but they were the best.
Better, best. And they got the best, Ryan.
Can I just make a suggestion? Don't cheap out on straps, guys. If you're going to tow your bike across, I think if you can afford a Harley, you can afford some decent straps. And those came loose.
Those are the only two that moved.
Correct. Those are the two bikes.
True.
And you're up against my Harley and other Harleys, and you're going to fucking damage everybody's bikes.
No, yours and mine were in the front with
I'm just saying,
straps.
generally speaking. Yes, right. So here's, from now on, if we ever trailer again, you will buy good straps so your bike's not going in the fucking trailer. You know what I mean?
Which is funny because Popeye brought that up on the group me.
Did you?
Like when we were, he goes, go buy brand new straps because
they did.
Your bike is next to somebody else's. I know he's generalized, but
we thought
it was the same thing. We thought they would at least get not Harbor Freight, but
once again,
we survived.
We would have liked to have rode the whole thing on bikes. But, sometimes you just can't do it. We're all working.
Once we all retire, we would have did it in a heartbeat.
And so to do this, like I said, me and Lurch drove my pickup out. I got a dually and hooked up to Lurch's trailer, and thing towed awesome.
You did.
And so, we bombed across the only sketchy area really on the whole trip going through. We were in southern Wyoming, and the wind can blow like a sumbitch out there. And we had a high
profile light vehicle warning.
Yeah, it wasn't even a warning. It was like you're not
actually
allowed
the
to be
road
on
was
the road.
Closed. That's true. Hey, listen, I was going to kind of
butter it
skip
up
over that part.
Not a warning,
those vehicles
just
in the
legit
ditches
close.
all the time, guys.
Well,
good, Russell.
Russ, here's the deal. We decided to give it a try. We figured we could turn around if we needed to, and we saw some other vehicles going the other direction. So we figured that looked lighter than us. They made it. We're going to make it.
Russell, I'd have given him a ticket.
Yeah, can you cut Snowman out? Turn him off.
just mute.
We don't need that type of nonsense. And I'll tell you what, though, I was traveling with Safety Source, and even Safety Source was like, let's go for it. I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, then go for it.
Yeah.
That is very interesting for Safety Source.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. You're really coming out of your shell lately. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of.
We had the wagon behind us.
Yeah. It was kind of hitting us on a 45. The wind was. I mean, it was howling. It was howling, but it was hitting us like at a 45, and so wasn't too bad. But
I talked to some old boy at the gas station right before we entered the do not go zone, and he was driving a big old motorhome. And he goes, it wasn't too bad. So I figured if he made it, we could make it. I got anti-sway bars, and I had low leveling bars. We were locked down.
And it was Popeye's truck.
Pretty much a professional driver, Russ.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But what was funny is we're going down the road, and Lurch is literally putting insurance on his trailer. He's on the phone and on the computer. Yes, we're going down the road.
He didn't tell the agent, by the way, I'm about to go into the bowels of hell with this thing.
No, I need it down to the minute of when the insurance it actually covers. I need that right now.
Well, I learned about enclosed trailers. They are covered by the towing vehicle, and I didn't think it was fair to insure. Basically, have my trailer covered by Popeye's insurance. So I was able to put some additional insurance onto it.
Were you worried about how good my insurance was or something?
No, I just didn't think it was fair to you.
Well, Popeye skips out on his insurance, so
Vern Falk Insurance over there.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering about the route that we took, we kind of took off out of here, like say Central Washington area, and then we bombed down just north of Salt Lake City. My sister lives down there. I've talked about that numerous times in the podcast, staying at her place, when we go through that area. So me and Lurch crashed at her place.
Great family, by the way.
That's the sister that Lurch always says is hot. That's the one.
Why are you doing this to me?
What? I just always saying it when you're not here.
Yeah, now
I've
you're
never
here.
seen
So
her.
why not?
I've never seen her, but Lurch says.
So
great family.
Yeah.
Nice to meet them.
Super nice people. Stayed at their place, and then they literally live 3 minutes off of the highway that we're going to be taking. So it worked out great. Contacted their neighbors, let us park right, a big old parking area and stuff for us, and then we were bombing east on what road is that, Russell? You'll know. Out of Ogden.
Oh, you took 84.
There we go.
Yep.
He knows every road.
Yeah,
in
he
the country. So yeah, 84 heading east and down through southern Wyoming and over to just outside of.
No, not southern Wyoming, but you took 84 to 90.
Oh shit! No, we didn't. We were off. We were down in through Ogden area, Ogden, Utah, and then
Yeah.
we didn't go I-90. I-90 is way north.
We're south.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 80.
80. There you go.
There you go. So 80. There you go. Thank you. But then the southern route, like I said, down through southern Wyoming and stuff, and stayed in what was the next time?
York, Nebraska.
York, Nebraska. Yep.
And when we left,
Sounds riveting.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
What's he got there?
Ooh.
But hang on.
Is that Yingling or what is it?
No.
That was the one I liked, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I got it out of Russell's fridge. Say what it is? Because they can't see.
Durst.
Yeah, Gerst. Russell, I partook in a few of those over at his
nice.
place, so that looks delicious, brother.
So here's a little helpful travel hint for you. When you're going through the Midwest, rooms are like $100. Like you can stay at a normal, nice Best Western or whatever hotel about $100, 100, 120. It's like jumping back 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Also, put your bike in tow mode.
Oh, we're not there yet.
We haven't got there.
Shut up.
Quit jumping.
Jesus.
That's why we cut your mic.
Turn him
That's
off.
what I'm saying.
We'll get to that.
Hilarious.
No, we're killing it.
But we were going to just follow base. We were,
muted him.
That's it. I'm going. I'm out. I'm gone.
we were basically just going to follow Google Maps all the way down into Russell's house. And he sent about a paragraph on the directions that we should take when we left York, Nebraska. And I'm glad he did, because we were just going to take the Google route. And he says, Google's going to tell you to do this, but you should do that. Now, Google's going to tell you here to do this, but you should do that. So I went through and kind of cut it all up and took out the Google tells you to do this and put it into a document. And as Lee's driving, I'm going through and, giving him directions. And it was a beautiful route, by the way, Russ. Mm-hmm. I appreciate it. It was a really nice drive. You're cutting out there.
Oh, sorry. Go again, Russell.
Well, I was saying it was about 10% of the traffic you would have gotten.
Yeah. And it was a little bit longer, but I don't think that it took us much longer.
Yeah.
14 miles more. That's all.
I appreciate that. It's nice having a professional driver give you
no
directions
kidding.
on in there.
So he routed us around.
You're
We came
welcome.
through St. Louis, went right by St. Louis Cardinal
Arch.
Stadium, the St. Louis Arch, stuff like
Busch
that.
Stadium.
Yep. And then we ended up coming down through Kentucky, dropping down to the Snowman's place. And that was our third night of the trip for me and Lurch. Night 3 nights, 12-hour days of driving. Brought us into the Snowman's house. And
He was a bad influence, as I recall.
he was a terrible influence.
No.
I think Russell's got a wagon. I'm not the only one towing a wagon.
Russell's got a big wagon.
Can we just sum up the last 20 minutes? You went from Washington to Snowman's house.
Yep.
Done.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And moving on.
So, backed into his place. It was kind of starting to get a little dusk and stuff, and had the
I'm
old
surprised how
fireflies.
good you, Popeye, I'm surprised how good you backed that in there.
Not my first rodeo.
I get it, but it was tight.
I appreciate it.
Russell, stop.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's already big. Just stop.
Yeah,
we don't need to inflate that anymore.
Yeah, the only thing was Russell's trying to back me up, and he's like, "Do that, turn here, turn here." I'm like, "Where do you want the trailer?" And he's like, "Over here." Oh, Roger that. I'm like, I didn't really know where he wanted me to go at first, and so once he told me that, just whip it right in. But it was great, like getting back there. Russell's there waiting for us, and pretty cool. The fireflies bouncing around, his yard and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, it's just pretty cool experience. You don't get to see that a lot of places in the United States, those fireflies and stuff. And so it's kind of you pull up and fireflies bouncing around. And it was cool, huh?
We missed the cicadas, which was nice.
Yeah.
They're a loud ass.
Yeah. We had a storm come through.
We heard
couple
those
days before.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the rest of us were gearing up and flying. And if you guys wondered, everybody else besides those two flew in to Nashville. And we timed that so that they would be down there and our bikes would be at our, whatever it was, Airbnb or Verbo. We had both throughout the trip, but one of our rentals, the bikes, you guys delivered them from Galitan, which is about 30 minutes north of Nashville, right? And you guys delivered those down there the next day, right?
Yes, we stayed at Russ's. He was gracious enough to host us overnight.
Heard you guys got really liquored up that night.
Well,
Russell, how'd that go from your? I mean, can you give us some perspective on this? Because I heard stories.
I think it was his daughter Jody's
I don't
fault.
remember.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was the problem.
Yeah.
This is what I hear.
Well, I'll tell you what, there were a lot of this one more. There was a lot of one mores, but there was this is the last one. One more, never. This is the last one.
So that
was one of those.
So
I think we were 2 bottles in, and I don't know how many beers, and some good old Tennessee whiskey, which you say you don't like, but you did.
Yeah.
Well, I said that whiskey. I like whiskey.
He doesn't like it until he starts drinking.
I like whiskey. Whiskey doesn't like me. Like it hurts me the next day anymore. But I did ask. I was like, "Hey, I'm in Tennessee," and so Russell's like, "Hey, what do you like to drink?" And starts kind of going through everything. I'm like, "Hey, you got any Tennessee whiskey?" He's like, "Oh, hell yeah!" So breaks out a bottle of some good Tennessee whiskey, and we proceeded to go round and round.
We had some good 15-year-old George Dickel.
I thought you said joint for a minute.
A 15-year-old joint.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, George Dickel, 15-year-old. That stuff was pretty smooth for Tennessee whiskey.
Nice.
When in Tennessee, is it Tennesseans?
Yeah.
Do?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure I say that right.
It.
So it was funny. I'm gonna talk now, if that's okay. So
we'll see.
It's not if you have to announce it.
It is with Popeye, apparently.
You have to announce yourself.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
Squirt ended up coming to my house the night before we flew, because we flew the next day. So, and then we're sitting on the couch, and Popeye starts FaceTiming me. So I knew. Well, he called me, and then all of a sudden it started FaceTiming. So I knew it was going to be good. And it was them on the porch, probably 2 bottles at that point, because I saw a lot of empties. I didn't see a lot of fulls. But we had a great little conversation. And then me and Squirt had to get up the next morning to go to the airport.
Good story. That's why you're not allowed to talk.
Jesus.
Also,
God, just so
damn.
Sunshine and Boner would like to mention that they didn't fly. They also drove.
Oh, that's right.
So not everybody flew.
Okay, so are they in chat saying that or something?
Sunshine,
or they text you?
Yeah, we're
because I don't see that in chat.
Must be a little side convo.
We're communicating. Just of note, not all of us. The Cali guys ended up having to drive as well.
Why didn't they ride?
Yeah, it's a good point. I asked them that too. They didn't really have an excuse.
Probably the same reason.
I'm just gonna stop talking. Is the bathroom door shut? I just want to make sure.
Yes. If they drove out and back, then didn't they have the time?
I don't know.
Correct. No,
Please.
I actually asked Haywood. I asked him. I can't remember what they said, but they just decided to. Yeah, there was no real excuse other than they just decided to drive.
Yeah, like they said, it was you know the long
extra
long
miles,
days of the interstate.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying, by the time
Yeah.
you get there, you're just tired. You
Yep.
know, and like it's
We still rode many miles.
Oh yeah, you're 12-hour days to get there. It's not that great, and kind of what they were saying, it just beats the shit out of you riding 3 12-hour days on the interstate, and by the time you get there, it's like
right.
tired.
Get there and then do the enjoyable riding.
I just want to add to what kind of good guy Russ is. That trailer that the Cali boys brought had a tire that was a little suspect, and while they were gone, he took care of that tire and went and got it mounted up for him and put it on there. So very nice.
Nice. Let's do this real quick, guys, and then we'll get right back into this. Boy, we got a lot of notes for this episode, don't we?
I know.
It might be
We ain't even
a 5-part
started.
episode.
Oh yeah, dude. Who wants to do this?
I think Corey should do it.
Cowboy should try.
Nope. I'm tired of talking. I'm just getting in trouble.
Hey, bikeaholics searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? 03D has products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for your Harley Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. 03D's got your back with chrome and black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. There's no modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation. That equals less time installing and more time riding. 03D has a design team with over 40 years of experience with a passion for design and innovation. Zero and Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them via email at sales@03d.com or give them a call at 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts.
I like the gold.
Yeah.
A new leader has emerged, so check out 03D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Goldwings. Better yet, help support us and head on over to the Law Abiding Biker store and check out our full line of 03D products.
So good, Lurch.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
There you go. You actually copied all these notes in here, but
I did.
because they're not bulleted or anything. That's okay.
Yeah, it might be easier for you
Yeah,
to go out to the.
that's what I go here. Yeah. Alrighty, that's so we're into Nashville, which is June 6th.
I don't think we even got there yet, right?
No, but that's why these are two-part
They go long.
episodes.
So many memories that they just tend to go along, these podcasts.
Yeah, why don't you talk a little bit, and we'll keep it fairly succinct, but a lot of you saw the posts, and we'll get into that a little bit
number
more.
one.
Yeah, debacle number one.
Number one.
So, in typical fashion here at Law Abiding Biker, we are doing a million things at once. Most of the guys have full-time jobs. I just work full-time for Ryan, but we were loading the bikes up and talking about whether or not we should put them in transport mode. And the decision was made, not just by one person, by you, me, and Lee, that, we'll just throw the fobs on the bikes. They'll be fine. And I have to tell you that every time we checked the load, the lights were not flashing. So I don't know if they just stopped flashing by the time we walked back to it or what. Maybe they weren't flashing, but something was going on. And every one of those bikes, other than
They were flashing.
Mouse, was dead. I can't confirm or deny. I was not riding in the
Right, no,
trailer.
I'm just telling you because I've tested mine.
Okay.
When you go and then it takes so long before it'll do it again.
Yeah.
It has a timeout, but when I go get on that right now and move it, it'll flash.
Okay.
So, yeah.
With the fob on it?
Yes, even with the fob
Okay.
on it, yes.
So we learned the hard way that you should put your bike in transport mode, especially if you're gonna tow it for 3 days.
Yeah.
So everybody's bike was dead. Corey's was really dead.
You're welcome.
Yours actually, we were able to jump it, start it, and then we were having some issues where, like, I don't know if the fuel pump wasn't pulling fuel. It would, anyways.
Yeah, but who had to get a new battery on the trip?
We'll get to that.
Exactly.
And,
Not me.
Mouse's bike, which was an older Road King, fired up. The rest of them, done. So we had to jump start them all and got them going, got them delivered. And all I'm going to say is if you're going to tow for several days, and I guess that actually goes back to the fact that we don't trailer our bikes because we
Very often, yeah.
Right, we're dumb shits.
we were just in a hurry.
We clearly didn't.
We knew about it.
But if we trailered a lot, we'd probably have learned from the
learned
past.
this lesson already. Yeah,
Right.
You know,
That's
we
true.
fucked up.
So we didn't. So
true.
Y'all listening out there, learn from us. You know, we're not, we don't sugarcoat anything. When we learn stuff the hard way, we like to share it. Make sure you put your bike in transport mode. It's actually quite easy.
We're humans.
Yeah.
I'll be doing a little short on the new 24 on how to do that. We've done videos in the past on how to do the other bikes. So
Do you want to get into your bike later on or wait till we
As far as which part?
The battery replacement.
Oh, yeah. I just. Oh no, we'll get that when we. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
So
just
I,
wait.
so I stepped out to make drinks. Are we in Florida yet?
Oh my god. That's
Nice.
it.
Nice.
So Lee and I delivered the bikes.
I would say though, real quick, you failed to mention, or we did. So the additional bike was in the back of the truck.
Yes.
Somebody brought that up.
Do you know what bike that was,
chats.
Russell?
Russell.
Yeah, it's your 14 streak light.
It's not his. It's yours.
It's yours.
Well, it's
Come
mine
on,
now,
Snowman.
yeah, but I still call it Ryan's bike.
Dude, that's freaking sweet. Russell, you guys know if you followed, I got the new 24 back in April, I believe it was. Well, Russell bought the 14, the original OG bike, law-abiding biker bike. He is now the proud owner of it. And so part of the deal was getting that out there and in the back of the truck. Yes, sir.
Yep.
So Jason Despain says, the thing about Harleys, everything 2014 and newer, you have to put in transport mode, personal experience, or pull the main fuse.
Right. Pulling the fuse does too.
No, it
maybe
doesn't.
not.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Tell us, Russ.
Snowman, get it.
You guys pulled the fuse on Ryan's old bike.
Yeah, it's a drop, but I have a lot of accessories.
But the main fuse is
Well,
out.
hang on though. The reason we talked about this, the reason
We're
that
not sure
happened,
if- yeah.
I have a lot of stuff direct to the battery. So pulling the fuse doesn't take away if there's a parasitic draw from something else. And I think that if you pull the fuse and you don't have any other aftermarket accessories
Okay.
directly to the battery, it will work.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I definitely, that bike has a parasitic draw for sure.
Yeah, and so Russ's bike was dead as well.
Yeah, Russell's bike.
Plug it in, buddy.
So you
Plug it
guys,
in.
real quick, because we're going to get into the story, you'll see what happened to me on the side of the freeway days into the trip. But basically, they swapped. They pulled the lithium ion out of my 14, out of Russell's 14 now.
There it is.
And they threw it in my 24 and got rid of my lead acid stock battery to at least get it running and just,
Just put it in the creek.
That was
Right.
about 2 hours into trying to figure it out.
The weird thing about the 24
Remember?
is, the battery was so dead that we couldn't get it to come out of tip mode. It thought the bike was tipped over.
Oh, yeah.
So it had a little annotation on the screen showing a bike tipped over, said tip mode. We could not get the damn thing to start. We called local dealerships. We called our dealership. We couldn't get figured out.
I called mine.
Yep.
We called everybody.
Then once we put the new battery in it, then that went away.
And we'll get into that.
Went away.
I think it's the lithium ion, but we'll get into that with the 24s because it did leave me on the side of the freeway.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the bike's fault for all you again.
That wasn't the lithium ion that did it, though. That was the
that
battery that was in it. Once we put the lithium ion that was more charged,
Right.
then it got rid of the tilt thing.
Yes.
Right.
But I'm saying later.
Right.
When I
Yeah,
was
later.
When we replaced it, it was that same battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to get into that at all? Okay.
No, we'll just do it because it's in the notes when we get there. Yeah.
All right.
Stop Lurch.
So there you go. So first debacle of the trip. Yep. Go from there.
God, we haven't even talked
So,
about
all the batteries, we finally got them all, everything fired up, ready to go. Let them charge a little bit, delivered the bikes down to our VRBO down in downtown Nashville, just off of Broadway, where we would spend the next 2 nights.
Free day.
A little free day. I was just thinking, I don't know if I want to tell a story or not with tequila.
Of course
Oh,
you
sure.
do.
Sure.
Why not?
This is all part of being on the wagon. This is Lurch's idea of the wagon.
He's fine.
There's no story you can't tell.
Yeah.
My life is wide open, man. I am an open book.
So are his legs.
Yeah.
Only for you.
me and Lurch got into the tequila a little bit. And we started having tequila drinks. And
Whose fault was that?
yours?
No.
And
Russell's. He sent us with a
Not
half gallon.
mine, no.
Yeah, it is. You
Oh,
sent
yeah,
us with a
you
half
sent
gallon
that,
of
yeah.
tequila.
Yeah, I gave you the big bottle, but that ain't my fault.
You're like, I'm never going to drink this shit. You take it.
I gave it to you. I didn't make
Well,
you
it'd been
drink
It'd
it.
been sitting on my shelf forever, and I'm like, well, here you guys. Do you like tequila? And you said, yeah. I was like, all right, take it with you.
Lurch loves it apparently. So, yeah,
He likes it a little bit too much.
He was hurting the next day. But anyway, the first night we got everybody, all the boys down in. Got some.
You
food
literally
and stuff.
hit that camera on the way, and it's all the way over in the freaking.
Oh, my
You
gosh,
totally
Popeyes.
tagged
See,
it.
not me.
Move along. I'll fix it.
So we got I got some food, and we headed downtown. Ubered downtown.
I think I was probably the only one that had been to Nashville before.
Yep.
I think so.
You were.
So when Russell put this together, and we knew that this was a little bit different, the Patron ride was going to be at the beginning of our trip. And so I said, if you guys are going to Nashville, you can't not go downtown on Broadway and experience that. So we had a couple down days there in Nashville.
It was awesome. I really enjoyed downtown Nashville, down Broadway. Went and screwed around on Broadway. And if you don't know, many of you I'm sure have been there or know, but if you don't, if you go to any bar in Nashville, there is a live band.
Dude,
if the
many.
If the bar is 3 stories high, there's 3 frickin' bands in the bar. Every floor will have another band, and they're all fantastic. It's not like, some mom and pop place in your hometown where it's, some kid that's just there singing. Like, these are legit frickin' bands or legit singers. It's a hell of a lot of fun. And like, I like going to Vegas. I don't go to Vegas a lot, but I've probably been there like 10 times or something like that, I would guess. And it's fun, but the vibe of Nashville to me is much different. Like, you walk in and it's
way different.
It is. It's like, these are my people type of thing. It's like, these are people I would hang out with. Like, these are people I could get along with type of thing, where like in Vegas, you kind of get everybody. It's a huge melting pot. Nashville, everybody's just kind of there to have fun. They're all there for the same thing, to hang out downtown, listen to live music, have some drinks, have a good time. Not that I guess that they aren't in Nashville, or excuse me, in Vegas, but it's different. Nashville was a hell of a time. I want to take my wife there, head back. It's a lot of fun.
It is. And Nashville musicians, there's downtown especially, you got the best talent. Nashville itself has got 10,000 guitar pickers, and they're all really good. It's a town of musicians and really good artists, and they're not on the records. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Yeah, so we enjoyed the downtown life there in Nashville for a couple nights, and then had the Patron meetup, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead. You
I was going to kick it over to Russ to kind of talk about the Patron meetup and all that.
I think we pretty much, I just want to make sure that we didn't have anything else in there.
Oh, we do have a couple of notes.
Yeah.
God. Houston?
No.
You want to tell that story about coming back from Walgreens?
Oh, sunshine. No, poor sunshine.
I'm trying to think. So let me bring this back. So I'm trying to remember when that was. Do I have it in there? Do you guys see it?
Yeah, it's right up there. Right there.
Up here?
Top, right there.
Okay, so
day 2.
This was day 2. So the guys poured it on night 1.
Some of them.
It was ridiculous. The last time I saw Lurch, I do want to mention a couple things. This is all part of being on the wagon. The last time I saw Lurch, me and Cowboy were sitting in a bar listening to music, and I called Lurch and because we were trying to find each other, and I said, "Hey, dude, you just walked into the bar. You're at the front, right where we are." He goes, "Okay." And he hung up his phone and he proceeded to do his Lurch walk, staring at the ground, because that's what Lurch does when he gets loaded.
I didn't know that. I've learned
that.
He
just walks and he just stares at the ground while he's walking. Last I saw of him, and he was trying to find me, and I'm like, "But we're right here in the bar." He hung up. He goes, "Okay," and he just walked in. Never saw him again. I will have you note that Lurch slept the entire next day while we all went to the museum.
Yep.
And Lurch was dead to the world that day. Some of us
care less.
Yeah,
we were doing.
He didn't even realize where he was until after.
Happens to the best of us.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, it did.
I warned you it happened at least once.
Oh yes,
on the trip.
Yes, it did.
On the down days. Yeah.
Brian, wasn't that night the bartender recognized you?
Oh, at that one bar, whatever the name of it was. Yeah,
I can't remember. It was super cool though.
Harley,
super nice guy.
Yeah, super nice. Harley guy, and we got talking motorcycles and really cool. In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was just random.
Totally random.
Super fun.
Yeah, he took a double
super
take.
Nice guy. Yeah.
A lot of fun. We did go to the museum. Me and Jeff, and I can't remember. Did you go?
The Country Music Hall of Fame,
or that thing. The museum,
Sturgis
whatever
Jeff.
it is. Now he's like his wife. Yeah,
No, just for the
no,
audience,
It is. It's
you know.
true. It's true. Now I will say this. Nashville's cool. And it's a lot of fun, but I'm not a huge bar guy. I can only take so much of like, and that goes for any town of just like, I don't know, it might just be the way I am, but of just drinking and bars and loud music where I can't talk. So I had fun. I know. And some guys do. It's your gig and I get it. And you also have to be a real huge fan of country music.
It's the live music for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the music's legit.
But it's a cool place and it was fun. And I think I went back. We stayed out, me and Cowboy. I can't remember. We Ubered back eventually, but it was a cool, very, very busy. Did we say it was during CMAs?
Yeah. It was the beginning.
No, we haven't talked about that. No, we've been breezing over the majority of it.
So it's during CMA.
CMA Fest was that weekend, and we came in on Thursday. So Thursday wasn't too bad. Friday, I did not go out. Those that did said it was much busier on Friday. So CMA, the Country Music Awards Festival is in June, and it's tens of thousands of people that pour into the city. It's insane.
Yeah.
It just happened to be the same weekend that the guys picked to do the Patron meetup.
We didn't know it. It was just happened to be that way.
Russell, is that the time that you stay out of Nashville during that time? Or you locals are like,
it depends
fuck?
on what you want to do.
Okay.
But yeah, if you don't have any interest in CMA Fest, then you don't go to Nashville then. But to be able to organize the ride, I had to go with that weekend because we never do them on Father's Day. And the weekend after Father's Day, I couldn't get things together for venues and lodging and everything. So it just happened to be that weekend.
Yeah. It worked out.
It worked out fine. You know how local people who there's big events in the cities are always like, like Sturgis, some people leave. Like that live around Sturgis are like, yeah, we rent our house and we fucking leave because it's insanity. You know what I mean? I wondered if that's how y'all over there were, like.
Downtown Nashville is the only place you got to worry about during CMA Fest.
Okay. All right. So I want to tell this story real quick. Speaking of Lurch sleeping all day. So I jump up that morning and I go grab a coffee and I got to head to Walgreens to get some sunblock and stuff. So I'm riding back from Walgreens. And this is like around 10 a.m. I come up over the tracks on the hill down towards our Verbo, and I see this bike, and it's silver. And my first glance, I was like, fuck, that looks like Popeye's bike, but I don't think that's him. And
you thought somebody's stealing my bike?
Yeah, I didn't know. That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm like,
just weird.
I'm just evaluating as I'm getting closer. I'm like, I'm either going to be drawn down here, or
something's not right. The neighborhood might have had something.
Correct.
100%.
Correct.
100%.
It is a rough neighborhood that's being slowly brought up, and redone, and there's a lot of VRBOs, but it's still
all around downtown.
It's still rough.
Redone.
Our place was nice, but the neighborhood was.
You couldn't order pizza because they didn't deliver after 5:00 because they were worried about getting robbed. Apparently,
I forgot about that.
They wouldn't say that, but that's what we.
Sorry, we don't deliver after 5. I'm like, are you shitting me? What's going on?
Anyway, let Ryan finish.
Oh, that's fine. So I'm evaluating as I'm slowing down and kind of coming up on the situation, but I see the bike. The thing is, it's parked in the road. It wasn't completely shouldered, so it's still like on the pavement a little bit, opposite direction that I'm going. And then I look over in this place is sketchy already, and then under this old ass tree, I see a body, somebody. And I'm like, okay, this is getting weirder. And I roll up and I'm thinking, God, that's got to be one of our bikes. And I don't know. I thought, did somebody just leave it there? And as I'm rolling up,
wow.
Yeah, right. As I'm rolling up, I realize this guy's coming out from under the tree to walk across the street. And I look, I said, fuck, that's Houston.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And I pull up next to him, and he just has that look on his face. He's kind of pale, and he looks at me, and he just shakes his head. He goes, yeah, bro, I'm sick.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And he goes, I had to pull over. I just need some time. I go, do you need help or water, or can I do anything, or do you just want me to leave? He goes, I'm good. I just need to work this out. And I go, I've offered, bro. We're Veerbro's around the corner. I'm out, throttled down, dude. I don't know how long he was there, dude.
Well, what else is funny is that some people that probably had a VRBO too, and they were Harley people, came out and gave him a bottle of water.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah, they're like, it looks like you had a rough morning. Came out, gave him a bottle of water.
Yeah, dude. He apparently yacked in the trees
good for
over
the
there.
trees.
He had him and Squirt.
They're
I just
kindred
wanna-
spirits.
they're
these two.
young.
I knew that they would get along quickly.
Oh, yeah.
This is their first time meeting.
True.
And I'm like, those two dudes are going to definitely.
Squirt's
Get
from
along.
Washington, Wenatchee area chapter, Big River, and then Tanner. Well, he's still technically connected, right? Yeah, to that chapter too. But Houston is from the Cali chapter, and so that was the first time as members they had met in person, and we knew like those two are trouble.
I think they were separated at birth.
And they were, and they're
100%,
young,
100%.
and they were out. I just freaking.
Well, Sunshine would like to point out that
Can he get on the regular chat?
He was just trying
is.
to put his bike in transport mode. That's all.
And he would also like to point out that you were blaring Tupac in that neighborhood.
Oh, I was, dude. Nice, dude. I must have came up over the hill with Tupac.
Dude, there was a couple times when we were going downtown and you had some questionable music coming over here.
You like what you like.
Yeah, I listen to it all, dude.
Yeah.
You should see my library. It's insane.
It's very diverse.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and then we got another.
Because we had that light.
Yeah.
Fun.
So, anyways, they tore it up, and So, anything else on those days? I think day 2 was the free day, and now we're actually gonna get riding, and we're really gonna get on motorcycles now. We had ridden around Nashville a little bit. You're right, Russell. Interesting. And if I'm characterizing this wrong, please correct me, because I did see some limited areas of Nashville. But what I found is Nashville downtown, the tourist area, like a lot of big cities, is that way. Like the money's there. It's nice. They dump a crap load. The roads are good. As soon as you get out of that area, the areas I rode, dude, they're next to as shitty a roads as we rode in Milwaukee, like man-sized potholes, and there was some ghetto areas, and I don't know if that's just exactly where we were, but it seemed like there's a little bit more depressed around there where all the money's in Nashville, the city,
right outside of downtown. I mean, it's being redone, but the majority, unless you go south of downtown, the majority of just outside of downtown's not very good. It's getting better, but East Nashville's better now than it used to be, but that used to be a bad area. Where you guys are is probably the slowest area where you guys stay, the slowest area to get, developed into newer. But the potholes, we're having that everywhere because we had a deep freeze last winter. We were way below freezing. I mean, below zero even. And they never made roads for that around here. So we got tons of potholes everywhere this summer.
Okay.
Just because of that winter. Mm-hmm. It's usually not as bad, but I'm going to say that contributes to it. Like even our neighborhood, our street went to shit. And, but that's because we were below like 0 degrees for 3 days.
Well, I can confirm it's slow to get a Airbnb or Uber to our neighborhood.
Snowman, you get your you getting
no, it's
text
this
messages?
other computer. It's turned off.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Good job.
Stand by.
Oh, sorry, guys. What?
You're
No,
not.
it's not you. You're good.
It's Ryan.
Okay.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
First time?
Yeah, it's
First
more
time?
on my end.
Everybody's used to text messages these days.
Yeah, I didn't get my Road Pro Roadcaster out or anything, so we're just winging it here with the.
Sounds great, buddy. Don't
no worries.
Don't apologize.
They were referencing
He's
some text
fine.
messages that were going off on one of my laptops.
Oh, I didn't
here.
even see all that. What are they saying about it?
Nothing. It's
No, it was just the sound on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
That was
I've got echo in here too. I don't have
No, it sounds fine. We're good. We're
We're up
good.
to Patron Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just love that we an hour and 15 minutes
somewhere
into
to
this, and we haven't even
got
talked
somewhere
about
to be.
No, I'm just saying we're an hour and 15 minutes into the podcast and we haven't talked about riding hard.
There's a lot.
It's all right. That's why it's a
That's
two-part
what-
because
yeah,
there's a lot
absolutely.
leading up to this, and
A lot of
You guys
ins, a
got
lot of
here on
outs.
Wednesday, and now we're just getting to Saturday. So you got
right.
Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays.
So basically, what you're saying, Russell, is Cowboy, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was going to say, the reoccurring theme is my opinion doesn't matter. Stop talking.
It's just fun to tease
Let
you.
them go.
Are you in Evernote, Lurch?
Yeah.
Oh, I see stuff moving around. Okay. So
yeah.
why don't we? So Sunday, this is where we're going to get going. This is one of the highlights of the trip. Saturday, excuse me, June 8th. This is the official patron day.
The unsanctioned.
Unsanctioned, totally. And
Unofficial.
I'm gonna let Russell kind of talk about this and kind of how it was organized. And the reason, so let me say this. A couple of our guys couldn't go because they chose to retire and maintain a job that requires them to be there every day.
It's a good retirement.
It's a good retirement. And I'm busting.
Makes sense.
Big Daddy Kane.
Makes sense if you don't think
Indy
about
and
it.
John, they decided they were going to work for schools. Well, schools that you get off in summer and you got to work the rest.
They're not working.
Yeah. And
Everybody else isn't.
This was prior to school being out. The reason we pick these dates, we want them involved. We usually pick a little bit later in June, but Russell had already really put a lot of investment into a patron meetup in the Nashville area. And quite honestly, it is Lurch knows logistically and what we have to do to set that up, especially us not being from the different areas we go, is a monumental undertaking to organize an event from afar that way. And so Lurch brought it to my attention. We had a meeting and he said, hey, Russell's doing a patron member meetup. You know, what do we think about jumping on that? Russell being a long time, one of the OG supporters and still obviously here supporting us. We're like, we have to take that opportunity. And thus the trip got bumped up a little bit in June. So basically what I'm saying is we took the lazy route and we totally used Russell and we piggybacked off him and we rode his coattails, but thank God. And I'm so appreciative because we've had a busy year and that just took a lot of stress off of me not to have to deal with that. So go ahead, Russell, you take it from here.
Well, we do this every year. This year was our 6th annual non-sanctioned patron ride, Eastern.
Nice.
And it's becoming a tradition. It's pretty strong now. And so, you know, you guys have been aware of it. I guess it was probably the first non-sanctioned or whatever you want to call it, unofficial or, you know, not one of yours, one of your meetups. And it's kind of the non-sanctioned part of it is what they're, and I am too a little bit. We're kind of proud of that moniker, if you want to call it that, you know. And it got started by Joel Stahlbaum in 19. Well, probably the end of 18 into 19.
Was this the rest his soul during your speech? Oh, no, wait, he's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. And
so Russell was giving a speech during this event, and he's like, oh, like rest his soul or something like that. He's like, no, he's still with us. He was pretty funny.
He's still around.
Yeah, I did word that wrong, yeah. But yeah, he got it going, and then he designated me as the organizer of that. Yours the first one, and I'm like, what? Anyway, so we're kind of proud of that, and we have. It's a group that has grown in friendship and love and kindred soul kind of atmosphere, if that makes sense. We always look forward to this every year, and so when we were at Reno last year, and I can't remember, Matt, how it came up, but we were eating barbecue, and then somehow you said something, or I can't remember.
You
anyway,
said
that
something.
got this going.
You go, I don't know. Yeah, you go, I don't know if you guys can make it. I know logistically it might be tough, but it'd be really awesome if you guys could make it out for this ride. And I just said, let me look into it. Let me
I'll
talk
haul
to
your
the guys.
bikes. I'll haul your bikes, he says.
Yeah, I don't know if you
I
said
did
that
say
then.
that.
You did, yeah. I said, okay, let me talk to the boys. Let me see what we can put together.
Yeah. And then I remember calling you last summer after our patron ride last June, a year ago. And because I got, we got a tradition every year before the weekend is over, we have somebody stepping up to do organizing next year's ride. So I did that last year thinking maybe you guys would come. And so in a nut, I'm glad it worked out. You guys came. So I kind of organized this ride and this event around the possibility of you guys coming, because I had to book all this stuff last year in June because everything gets booked up so quick around here. So kind of planning on the possibility, because you guys wouldn't know until toward the end of the year. So I kind of started planning things with alternative bookings for the possible playing out of you guys coming or not coming.
Killed it.
When you guys came, it got more expensive. So
what are you trying to say, Russell?
What?
No,
what are you trying to say, buddy?
I'm saying that I had to have alternatives.
Popeye's high maintenance.
Things that
we all know it.
Make sure that this was a good event.
Gotcha.
And so I didn't, because if you don't get these things done early enough, you're going to be left with nothing available.
For sure. Yeah.
So, we normally don't do a meeting room. Okay. We normally don't do a lot of things that we did this year. So that was why I was, getting with you. That's why I called you at home, Matt. Didn't mean to interrupt what you and Ange were doing, but
they weren't doing anything.
Definitely wasn't having sex. No, I'll tell you that.
He was on the wagon, so it was good. It's okay. He had time.
That was just a setup. Russell, you just hung Matt out to dry, Russell.
He had time. He was on the wagon.
So anyway, we were well at last year's ride, which was in Michigan last year. I spoke about what we had talked about in Reno. And so everybody was pretty excited about you guys coming. I mean, ecstatic that if you could possibly come over here. And so that's, to kind of emphasize the importance, or whatever you want to call it, the impact that you guys coming over here had. It was something else. And I'm just glad that we were able to pull it off. So
you pulled it off, buddy. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I also had different routes planned in case you guys didn't come, because we normally ride all day. And you guys know our route. We only rode for a little over, an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. But we normally ride all day long. But anyway, it all came together. You guys came. We had a great time. Had a good time.
You want to talk a little bit about the ride, Popeye, what you thought of that? And up to the
route was pretty cool. So he ended up taking us kind of out into the country, outside of Nashville a ways, and absolutely amazing roads, like really pulled us away from any traffic and stuff. And it's always a challenge with a group that big. You get like 50 bikes together and trying to avoid a bunch of traffic lights and turns and getting it split up. And Russ did a great job with some of the other guys that he'd put together to block traffic, blockers for the whole group. And
we had a lot of good guys and gals pitching into roadblock.
Yeah, if you want to give them a shout out there, Snowman. Who else was helping you?
There's a long list. I can't even remember everybody, but I know Rick Wheeler, Henry Happ, Mark Arnold even did, which was unusual. Jason Despain, Anthony and Stacy Peters both, Ty Fox, Mike Brubaker. It's escaping me now. There was a whole bunch of others
it was a good group.
Pitched in.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of guys there that helped in with blocking traffic and whatnot, so the group can get down the road. And I think that the one thing, for those folks that are patrons that are in the chat right now, the one thing that stands out and stood out to me that I was going to bring up in this podcast was the road with all the American flags at the cattle ranch.
Yeah, buddy.
It seemed like miles.
Oh,
it seemed like
it was
several miles. Every single fence post next to this road for several miles had an American flag on it.
Yeah.
Every single one. And they were like, probably 6x10, 6x12 flags, every single post.
It went for about a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome. I mean, I'm like, okay, it's going to end. It's going to end. And it never ended. It's going to go.
Even some of the patron riders, they were emotional with it.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever the property owner is, it's awesome. Good for
Cowboy
him.
Ranch, yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, it was super cool. The route was great. Yeah, nice, some good curves and stuff like that, and good and scenic. And boy, good route, Russ. If you picked it out or whoever you guys worked together to pick it out, nice job. A lot of fun, good little route, and kept everybody together nice and tight, and get up to the lodge where we eventually had
super cool
lunch and
Montgomery Bell State Park.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay,
way to go, Ryan.
And,
beautiful,
crushing it. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, so it was beautiful place. It's kind of out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah,
and boy, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah,
good times.
Really, we love that park. Sherry and I love that park.
Yeah, super cool.
So yeah, we were able to get in there and like Snowman says, they had a meeting room there that able to say some Snowman give a nice little speech in there, and Ryan was able to talk, and we had lunch, able to sit down. Folks got to meet, and then after that, the hotel had a bar attached to it, and if guys wanted to get drinks out there, they could do that and kind of meander around. And you guys were staying right there
at the place to just relax and enjoy company.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys were
really
camping right there with either people who were in tents, or they had little cabins and stuff if they weren't staying in the hotel. And, neat little area, beautiful, like I said, pretty fun. And then Cowboy put together a nice little deal. You want to talk about that?
Talk about that, Cowboy. It was awesome.
He took some pictures.
It was a thing. It was a thing.
Now he doesn't want to talk.
No. Yeah. Now that Popeye's going to let me talk, I don't want to talk. No, So I've been a part of this for several years now, and
all right, good story. So, go ahead.
So messed up.
So wrong.
I know. So
he used to do this to Sturgis Jeff, and now he does it to you.
I accept it. Yeah. So I've been a part of this for a while, and most of you know that I have my own photography and videography business where I make videos. I've take photos and that kind of thing. So I bring that on this rides and help Ryan out, film for kind of a B cam for his documentaries, that kind of thing. But also photos is kind of my passion. So Lurch has shown me his photo that I took of him at the.
We rode down to San Francisco, down the coast.
Down to San Fran.
Down the Redwoods.
Yeah, Redwoods.
I blew that one up and put it in my man cave.
It's a badass photo.
It's something I do, and that's on these trips. It's my passion to kind of do this for these guys because they're my brothers. And so I was thinking through the year kind of how I can help, because Patron, I usually take the big group photo, and then I put it out to all the guys. They can download it, print it, do whatever they want. But I was trying to... Something was just nagging on me to do something different. And I came across this idea of taking photos, editing them on my iPad, and then printing them there. So I have a Canon little printer that I can actually print like a 4x6 photo. So I reached out to Ryan. I said, hey, this is my idea. I want to do this. And he's immediately just said, go for it.
Sounds badass.
Yeah, it was a bunch of exclamation points.
It was awesome.
Said, go for it. So we found a spot, and I took photos of everybody if they wanted to with their bikes, families, with any of the lab personalities if they wanted to. Hopped in the...
I think a lot of people loved that. You guys stepped in and got your pictures done.
Yeah. I think Lurch, Ryan, and Popeye all were in a vast majority of the photos. Hopped in the lodge real quick, edited the photos on my iPad, and then I actually printed them out, put them in a little bag, and was able to give them to people that day. So it was less than an hour turnaround. So it was a lot of fun.
Well done.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. It was interesting trying to fit a printer, cartridge, paper, and all that in, because we're riding and flying there. So I had to fit everything in my bag. So I ended up having to leave some stuff behind. Like I didn't bring a drone this year because I replaced the drone with the printer. So you got to make those decisions, but I thought it turned out.
Launch it off your bike again.
True.
Yeah.
Glad that didn't happen.
I'm still dealing with that, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Thanks for bringing that up, Popeye. Anyway, on the good story, at least I didn't lay my bike down this trip.
No, I laid your bike down though.
It's always better to lay somebody else's bike down.
I didn't lay my bike down either.
I didn't see it happen, but I heard it.
Oh, I think everybody heard it. Yeah, no, it was really fun.
But guess who picked it right back up by themselves within a couple seconds?
It's bound to happen. Yeah. We do it all the time.
Yeah, I think so. I was actually
going to do it the proper way either.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
I was gonna actually, because I was filming, taking the photos and stuff, I was going to make a video or a little short about that, and you have Popeye dump my bike. And
you got video of it?
Yeah, just
I did, but it, I had my Insta 360, but all my files corrupted when I got home.
Didn't happen then. Didn't happen.
I have no idea why, but they were fine on the trip because I started to make the video or a little reel of the Patron
you were backing
meetup
up every night.
I was,
and
all of the files are corrupt. I can't open them.
Then.
Yeah, I can't open them.
That's a hard drive issue. Whatever drive you were putting them on, dude. I've had that.
Well, and I left them on the SD card though,
and they're still corrupt.
Well, there's just a couple hundred fucking not flights, but what the hell is the name of that thing that grounded flights around the world?
Oh yeah,
no, it was before that. Before the update.
I'm just saying, if your shit can crash, your shit crashes.
No, it was it was really weird. I tried to last week or the week before, I tried to bring all the files back, and I was going to make a little reel or short about it, and because I had started it on the trip, and I can't open any of them. It says all the files are corrupt. So none of my none of my 360.
I feel your pain. I've had that in the past.
It's a pain in the ass. And I even backed it up on a hard drive, but the hard drive says they're corrupt too.
Well, if they were already corrupt, backing them over. Yeah.
Anyway, SOL. But it was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I hope we can continue that and maybe make it a little better. Maybe beef it up with some giveaways or something in the bag with the photo, or do something else. So pretty excited. I have the printer now. I have all the stuff. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
It was a real top-notch giveaway you did, man.
I appreciate it.
Well, even more top-notch than that, Snowman, was somebody had mentioned, and I don't know, maybe it was even Snowman, that like, hey, throw a couple bucks Cowboy's way, help him cover his costs.
Put a tip jar up there.
Yeah.
And the patrons jumped in and started throwing money Cowboy's way for this. And I mean, that was pretty cool to see the generosity.
I appreciate all you guys,
the generosity of all the patrons that came in and throwing, money Cowboy's way. He never asked for it. He never expected it, nothing like that. And just to cover his costs and pay for some of his time. Pretty cool.
That's part of the whole patron thing, the Eastern Ride thing. It's I'm just happy to be among them. There's just a bunch of good top-notch people that go to these rides.
Yeah. Russ, it was super cool.
Russ said that he and his wife cherished the photos, Cowboy.
No, I appreciate
well done.
It,
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Cowboy, it was awesome. And just amazing. And I've said it before, Cowboy's an amazing photographer. He's really, really skilled. And a lot of what you see end up over on those trips over on my Instagram or stuff, or, not all of it, some of it's crap because I took that, but just with an iPhone or something. But the better pictures in there, or he's sending those to me, and it's great to have him along on these trips. And I know that was appreciated, and hopefully that's something we can, weave into future patron meetups, the sanctioned ones at least, that we're going to. So just awesome. And I'm glad everybody appreciated that. I will shout out Russell. If you guys didn't know, completely rented that whole facility. By far, the nicest facility we've ever been in for a patron meetup. And some of the patrons actually stayed there because you can lodge there, which was really convenient for them. So Russell, hats off, man, for just an amazing event. If you're not a patron member yet and you're listening later on podcast format, this is behind the scenes, like what goes into one of these. And I guarantee you won't find anything like this. We
got patrons saying in here in the chat, the live chat right now, talking about, they got pictures of the event on their desk and the pictures that Cowboy took on his desk. Some other guys just saying just cherish those pictures and stuff. So it's pretty cool event.
Yep. Well done, Russell. Appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead, Lurch.
And just talking about the patron community, Jason Despain says this, another patron member, love you, Russ. Thanks for being a close friend. That's the type of community that this has created. We say it all the time. We never thought it would come. It would be this. We didn't realize that we were going to be connecting people like this.
Yeah.
It just took a life of its own. It's really cool to see.
And us becoming such good friends.
Yeah.
And knowing them like Russell and so many others. I'm not going to do all the names, but that we would actually become such close friends, not just members, but now we're like they're members, but they're also really close friends, and so
we were telling
and like
Snowman,
you're friends with Snowman, and it's just weird. Yeah.
That's what I say. We were telling Snowman that, I was like, hey, pretty cool that we can come 3/4 of the way across the country. And me and Lurcher sitting on his back porch watching fireflies and drinking Tennessee whiskey with him,
Yeah.
And we just thought that was really freaking special to be able to do that. And just the generosity and the hospitality that Snowman showed to us, him and his wife Sherry, showing us that to show up from, like I say, 3/4 of the way across the country and be treated like family. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Jake Moritz says, from a closet to friends around the world.
Yeah, no doubt. He's referencing me starting podcasting 11 years ago in the closet. It's true.
Yeah.
I never, fathomed. So if you're on the fence, becoming a patron member, there's just honestly no better time to do it. It's because it's really solidified now, and we kind of have a routine of what we're doing, and just access, like Popeye says. That's the neatest thing, is you can literally just get in the private Facebook group and say, hey, I'm doing a road trip. These are the dates I'm coming across. You're going to have people step up. Do you want to meet for lunch? I'll take you on a local ride. How long are you going to be in the area? I have a place to stay.
Yeah, you want to stay
I've got
here?
a bike to give you.
Yeah.
I've had that offer multiple times. Hey, if you ever come back to Hawaii, we've got a bike for you. If you ever come over, even Germany, somebody told me that. We've got a bike for you. Get over to Germany. We'll take you all around. So
Your old bike's always available here.
yeah, buddy. Yeah. And you borrowed the Dyna Lowrider S here before, so Russ looks like a badass, but with his flowing hair up on the T-bars,
Just
slow-mo, dude.
it. Just ripping it.
It's legit. But
That's awesome.
we got this is amazing too. Just to kind of wind it down on the patron meetup, some of the gifts. Lurch, do you want to talk about that? We were presented with gifts, and we are hopefully got it all down. We take notes during these. I take a lot of notes because we got to come back and do this. So I don't
take any notes.
No, you guys don't. I have to.
Ryan
along with
does. Yeah. Not us.
There's a lot of generosity, like we've already talked about. And there's, while we were at the event, there were several people that brought us beers as we were there.
Oh, for sure.
I
Me too.
Can't keep track of all that, but thank you
guys
to
are
all of us
awesome.
that kept us hydrated.
I had to turn them away because, people, hey, you need a drink, Like, I already had two, already had three, or whatever. I can't have any more. I got to ride. So,
but a couple of honorable mentions. Rick Wheeler gave us a bottle of Buffalo Trace.
delicious.
Yeah, and we got to hang out with Rick at Russ's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jason Richardson gave us not just cigars; he gave us a whole box of Patron cigars. And we enjoyed those the whole trip, and I think we still have some left.
I divvied them up because I can't smoke every single, but I think I divvied them up for the guys that smoke cigars amongst the crew, so we don't want them to go bad.
I've got some in my humidor. I know that Ray has some in his, and you've got a few in yours, and we smoked them along the way, so very appreciated. And then Jason Despain gave us a bottle of 15-year-old George Dickel. So thanks in particular to those three gentlemen, but also thank you to everybody else that showed their generosity and kept us hydrated.
For sure. Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate the gifts. Just amazing that you're already contributing members, and then just the hospitality that Russell showed. And it was a memorable event that's going to go down in history. And we're already, we'll be going into fall here soon, kind of seeing where we're going to end up next year and stuff. But yeah, just awesome. And I think with that,
talk about that in the next part where we may go.
Yeah, exactly. We will
say that.
So I think with that said, that's going to do it for part one. And now we're basically part two. We're going to pick up now where we get up.
We're moving down the road now.
Let's actually get us to,
get us the next day.
Yeah, let's get us, because we just rode a short day. Let's finish this day and end this day, and then we'll take it out. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to add in there that you won't believe the impact that you guys coming over here had for the patrons. I can't put it in words, but it's pretty strong. They really looked forward to and then really appreciated you guys being here for our ride this year. I it's beyond words. I mean, it's really amazing that you guys did that. Went to that effort, because that was a big effort on y'all's part. And it really had an impact on a lot of your patron members that thought they'd never get to meet you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome, Russell. And
Yeah, man.
to add to that a little bit, that was the whole reason, like Popeye talked up front, we weren't able to get to the East Coast. We've ridden a lot of all the way, into Kansas, and we've kind of stretched out as far as we can in 10 days. So being able to trailer, we really wanted to make it happen. I know a lot of our East Coast people can't get over here. And so that's how this all, like Popeye was talking about how it came together and why we trailered over there. So then we could actually be over there, ride, and finally be able to participate with a lot of the East Coast patrons and meet them. And so, yeah, it was just amazing. And we appreciated meeting all of you guys on the East Coast as much as apparently Russell says you appreciated meeting us losers. So
it's very humbling for us. And it's almost, for me in particular, it's a bit strange that people want to meet me. You know what I mean? We're just guys. We're just normal dudes. My wife has listened to this podcast when we first started doing it. I played a few for her. She goes, "You guys are dorks." I don't know why anybody listens to it. I know we are dorks. I don't know why anybody listens to us. So it's very humbling, and we appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So kind of the plan, just kind of threw you out there for the listening audiences. I'm not going to give away what next year's possibilities are, but in the next 5 years, a couple of the big rides that we're looking at. Trying to flex on me. A couple of big rides that we're looking at is an Alaska ride.
Yes.
That's within the next probably couple of years. Probably, I'm thinking next 2 years on that. But I would bet you within the next 5 years. So hang on to this one. Is the Northeast.
Yeah.
And it could be something similar to what we did with Tennessee this year. Having a trailer out and then guys flying in. But if we can get back to the Northeast area. That would mean that we could knock out some states and potentially be able to ride in all of the lower 48, that our club has been able to ride in all of the lower 48 states. So
I was going to ask you, is your goal to knock off all 48 states?
I don't know if it's a goal of everybody's. It's a goal of mine.
It's a goal of mine.
Yeah,
mine as
for
well.
sure.
I definitely will.
Yeah, for sure.
When you was down here, Lee, you talked about how many states you were knocking off.
Yeah,
12,
Just on this
13.
trip alone.
No, not new ones. On this one, I think I knocked off like 4 new ones or something. But yeah, for riding, yes, I did knock off. For riding, yes, you're correct, Snowman. Is I knocked off some of them, but I only knocked off a few that were new states to me. That I've probably been to 4 new ones on new states. I think me and Lurch were in 15 states in 14 days.
Yeah.
And so, like I say, only 4 or so I think were new states. But the goal, yes, for me is to ride for all 50 for me, because I've ridden in Hawaii. And then, like I said, in the next few years, we're planning on going to Alaska. So that would be all 50 for me.
So cool.
So there's a couple that are still going to be tough ones for me, like, and we'll talk about this in the next episode. There's a couple that are kind of down in the middle of nowhere that are going to be hard for me to get to. And if we go to the Northeast, I ain't going to hit them. But perhaps next year we will. So we'll get into that further later. But my goals for sure, 48, the lower 48, and then eventually here, probably in the next couple of years, all 50.
Yep. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
So we, just to get you, and then we're going to pick up part 2, but we basically left the patron event at a reasonable time. We had to that was the start of our ride. Yeah. And so we rode, I don't have it in my notes.
Was it Cookeville?
Cookeville.
That's where we stayed at.
Cookeville.
It was just like, if I remember, a couple hour ride. I will say, thanks, Russell, for the route.
Snowman, what road was that? Because you're going to know what number you sent us on.
Did we go by Bob Dole's house or somebody? Whose house did we go by?
Gore's house.
Al Gore, that's who it was.
Well, we wouldn't stop and visit him, and Bob Dole's dead. But
sorry, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he's from Kansas, so
I was wondering.
Yeah,
so we hit a road. We went to a hotel.
Some old guy.
US 70 North.
70 North, huh?
Yeah. So you guys went eastbound on it. There's a 70S, 70N. Here in this part of the country,
Pay attention,
we don't
folks.
have just one U.S. highway. We have multiples like 31W, 31E, 70N, 70S. So you guys took 70 North from South Carthage to Baxter.
Noise.
Yeah.
And
So
I got a text from Popeye that night saying, that was a badass road.
we may have been ripping it pretty hard.
Dude,
a little
we
bit.
were-
May have
I hope
left.
you were, man.
I may have left some metal on that road.
Yeah.
I don't ride
That
too
is-
hard like
What? Since when?
as much as I used to.
Right. I agree with
okay,
that.
there you go. Yeah, you got to caveat it.
Ryan can tell me, like the
Jeez
viewers, yes,
Louise.
I've slowed down.
I think that's fair.
We've all got smarter in our older age.
Well, you put me on some of those roads like that, and
Yeah.
I'll still rip it. And I was dragging a bit. On,
So you were leading the pack?
about
Always.
99% of the time. Yeah.
He's usually the leader, yeah.
Yeah.
But so we were
And
ripping.
technically,
Curbs.
slowing down is 1 mile an hour less than what he was doing previously. So
It's a little bit. It's enough. It's noticeable.
But that was a cool road. I'm telling
It
you,
was
folks.
fun.
If you
Lot of fun.
get into that area, follow that road that Snowman just said, because it's a good one. It's nice and windy, gets you off the interstate. It was a badass road, nice
Yeah.
and curvy. Some
Good
beautiful
pavement.
country.
Yeah.
Beautiful country.
a lot of fun.
And
Did you
while
get
we're
that
on this,
video, Ryan?
Oh
Yeah, I have some of
Oh,
that
you
for
know it.
sure.
yeah, while we're on this, I would throw out that the group as a whole, I think out of all of the states that we rode in that we had been, Tennessee was their favorite.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
Absolute beautiful state. So if you folks haven't been there, get out. You
agree.
got to visit Tennessee. Yeah, Snowman agrees. Absolute beautiful state. The people are nice. The country is beautiful. I could do without some of the humidity, but
Yeah,
you know,
we're
if you get
stuck with that.
probably right now, it's probably worse than when we were there. But it wasn't too bad really when we were there. But I mean, just an amazing state, really.
Yeah.
And I would bet you half of our crew was like, "I'm going to look at retiring here." So
I
and
heard
don't
you guys talking about that at the end of the trip.
yeah, and we'll just make
Super
it
nice.
We'll make it more red, so don't worry about that, Snowman. Yeah, it's we
right.
got a bunch of libs moving in there.
Yeah, it is a
Not
beautiful,
political here.
beautiful
Not political
area.
here.
Not political here. Don't worry.
So we rode in and got
We're
in.
definitely a red state. Anyway.
We got into Cooksville, and
Yeah.
that was pretty much it. And I'll just say, yeah, it was a great ride you routed us on, and the guys were just, I know, I could tell they were just pent up. We had flown. You guys had drove for many days. Everybody just wanted to just ride, and this was our first opportunity
yeah,
to just
for
be
sure.
free
100%.
and ride. And it showed from the
Yep.
back. I was like,
100%.
I was like, yeah, these guys just needed some throttle
We were
time.
ripping.
That was
Yeah.
that
We're
was
ripping.
that was something I brought up when everybody asked me how the ride was, because this ride's what has been different. And Lurch, you brought it up earlier, the Patron ride was at the beginning versus the middle ish. And normally when we start, we're riding like day one, we're hitting the road. Me and Popeye always have to do more because we start
Not
on
always,
a different
but
side of the
quite
state.
often.
Yeah. But this trip was different because we didn't start riding. We spent some time in Nashville, which was amazing. I love Nashville. Never been there. Now I love it. But we didn't ride. And then after the Patron ride, that was the most miles we put on. And for us, I mean, you guys hear it on the podcast, on the videos that Ryan does. That's what these trips are about riding. Yes, I like going and hanging out and seeing new places, but this is the most I get to put miles down on my bike. And so I look forward to it because I take a lot of time off. I'm away from family and I want to ride. That's what I want to do. And so as soon as we got to leave the Patron meetup and start. I knew that's when our trip started for me. That was the time. And I think, like Ryan said, it showed probably because we were ripping, we were feeling it, and I thought that was about time guys started to relax and go, okay, we love the Patron meetup. It's a lot of fun. The ride was good. Beautiful country.
Sunshine was saying he goes riding behind
no.
me and you. He goes, that was pretty cool watching us ride. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were ripping it pretty good, but
Yeah.
we stayed side by side that, and we were riding
Hitting
pretty,
some hard
we were
corners.
riding pretty
Yeah,
hard.
hardcore. So it was,
Damn.
but that's what I'm saying is like, that's what it's about though. And that's, I think, what all this is about and what Ryan puts into this and Matt and all of us is, it's about riding. We don't, the trailering. Yeah. It's a means to an end. We had the trailer to get there to do it. But when we ride, I'd put our guys, Matt, Popeye, Oscar, I'd put those guys up against any professional rider, sports rider on any curvy road,
Well, that's
and
not
they're
getting
going to burn them. But that's how it is because we do ride.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
we push ourselves and we learn and we get better, and that's what it's about. It's about the ride. So really enjoyed it.
Never
it was a
dumped my
lot
bike.
of fun. Hey, can I take your bike for a ride real quick?
All right, I will say this, guys. Here's the deal. On this trip, I treated my ass with respect the entire time. The reason I did that
Somebody has to.
is I got hooked up years ago with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike gel pads. Yep, those gel pads and all that Amazon junk will leak. The air pockets will get punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around in your seat. That's why I also use it on my KLR, which is an adventure bike, off-road. It fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps to dampen those gall-darn vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head over to the Law-Abiding Biker store and check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions, guys. I know Lurch
Sherry and I use them.
Love
all
that
the
buff
time.
buffer.
Yeah, buddy, you too,
Buffing that
Russell,
butt.
huh?
Buffing that butt.
Yep, we use them all the time.
Yeah, buddy, I wouldn't leave home without it, regardless of what kind of seat you got. And I am running, and we are selling in the store now, guys. We are a Saddleman dealer now, and we can get you Saddleman seats. I'm running a Saddleman road sofa.
I might need a new one.
I'm waiting for the heated version, which then I'll be swapping that out. I'll try to sell it in the private Facebook group if somebody wants a lightly used. It's a beautiful seat, but I want the heated version.
It might end up on my 2025 road
say,
glide.
Oh yeah, never mind. I might have just Lurch might have just jacked y'all.
There's the surprise. Surprise.
Yeah. We appreciate you being
I
here.
will give you 25% of what it's worth.
There you go. Now we want you to become a patron member. We want to get to know you better. We want you involved in live video broadcast and chat like this. But hey, for whatever reason you don't want to be a member right now, you just want to leave a flat donation to support us. We never bought. A flat donation. Quickly thank the following three people. One of you.
We'd like to thank Clarence E. Fitzgerald Jr.,
Nice.
Louis Fetheroff, and Charles Sepper of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Man, you guys are amazing.
Thank you so much. lawabidingbiker.com/donate is how you leave a flat donation, or just go to the homepage, lawabidingbiker.com. There's a donate button there, and we love it. It helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank.
Help this bitch keep rolling on down the road.
There you go, guys. Thanks for being here now.
Hang
Especially with
out.
this
Stay
car.
tuned. We got number 2 coming up. We got a lot of miles still to put down.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Good times.
Now
We're just
we're
getting going on
riding.
the miles.
And I will say, guys, that are here live, as soon as that's a lot of time investment for you guys, so we get it. We're not going to do the second one live, but have no doubt it will be loaded within the next day. Lurch will load it into your patron
I don't think
accounts.
that's fair. I don't know. I got a busy
They'll
day
actually
tomorrow.
do it today.
Maybe the next couple days.
Before midnight
Oh,
tonight.
it'll be done.
I got
Done.
shit to do. I'm
Always-
running the store. I'm running
need
the
some
business.
notice to drop
I
a
might
load.
need a couple days, my friend.
Needs a notice to drop a load.
Because it's so important and it's part 2, Lurch will have it to you by tomorrow.
Good Lord.
The boss has spoken.
That's right. Done.
Done.
Just going to mute him.
You don't even have to fake not talk. Just talk. He legit.
Oh, did he actually? No, he didn't.
Off the hinges, guys. Off the hinges.
Thanks, guys, for being here. We appreciate it. Love y'all.